So another item I want to talk about is how to add new content items to Sitefinity. As we browse the website, and here I am on the events page, you'll see we have a lot of events that appear here. We also have a news page that has several news items. So the question is, how do I add a new event, or how do I add a new news item? Now here I am in Pages, and I could click the events page, scroll down, and I can then see the events widget that I could click edit for. And I'm given options for which events I want to display in this list, whether it's just upcoming events or current events or past events. I'm given all these options, but I'm not given an option for adding a new event. Now that might be a bit confusing, but this widget that we've added is just simply a widget for displaying events. It isn't used for adding or editing existing events. The events in Sitefinity actually get managed and modified in a different place. To show you that, I'm going to click back to Pages and click the Content menu. And here are all those types of content that you see displayed throughout this sample website. And if I want to add a new news item, I can just click News. And here is where I'm given options to modify existing news items or create a brand new news item. So here's a title, and once again I have that word style editor that I can use to format and create my content, upload images, whatever I might like to do here. And then there's many other options down below. They're optional that you could use for categorizing different news items. And by the way, once we add this categorization, we could use that news widget to say, I only want to display news items that have the Sitefinity tag or exist in a certain category. So that's how some of those classifications can get used if you want to use them, but they are purely optional. Other optional fields are author and source, and if there are entirely new fields that you might want to add to this, you can just talk to your developers and they can add some custom fields in here using a Sitefinity feature. But really for now, this looks good. We'll just hit publish and go back to the news page, click refresh, and because the news widget is aware of the items that I have available, I automatically get a new link. The reason I'm missing a little summary text is because I didn't add it for this news item. So this is how this works, not only for news items, but also events, blogs, or any of the other items. But one more content item that I want to specifically show is the images content items. Sitefinity is giving us a nice overview of the images that I have available here on my website. I can choose to filter these images by clicking one of the albums or some of these other options. In addition, I could upload a whole batch of images by clicking this button, hitting select images. I can multi-select by holding down the control key on my keyboard and clicking multiple images here in this list that I might want to upload. And then I've got several images selected here, and then I could just hit open. You can see I get a list of all the images I'm about to upload. I can choose to put them in a specific category and then click upload. And Sitefinity handles automatically uploading all of those images. Just one note on this, that Sitefinity will store the original image that you upload. If you're using digital cameras to take photos, often those digital cameras take those photos in a very, very high resolution that is really useless for web purposes because you're not displaying the images that big. So if you're at all concerned about disk space on the server, it might be a good idea to resize those images before you actually upload them here. Get them down to a reasonable size so that you're not wasting a lot of disk space on the server. And this is something you can talk to your developers about to find out if there's any concerns about this. But for now I'm good, and I can click View All Images and see that I now have a few more images in this list. I have different view options that I could use for viewing these images in different ways, and I could also multi-select several images and then click more options and then bulk edit titles. I'd already mentioned it's useful for the visually impaired or for search engine optimization to have this alternate text available. Also to have good titles on the images. You can see I didn't do that for any of these images, and by multi-selecting and doing a bulk edit operation, I could supply some of these missing details all at once from many images, and then when I'm done, just hit Save Changes.